Hello everyone and welcome back to PhytoPathoVerse. I'm Malini, molecular plant pathologist with a motto to make plant pathology easy. With ASRB NET 2025 approaching, we are launching a new series starting today featuring model papers, each consisting of 100 questions. So the first question is, phylum Bacteriophyllomycetes, that is the lower fungi, belong to kingdom Protozoa. Next, the cell wall of the mycelium of true fungi, that is Eumycota, contains glucan plus chitin. We should also know about the rest of the options. Please go and check, like glucan and cellulose are the first option. Glucan and cellulose are normally found in Oomycetes, peptidoglycan in case of bacteria. Okay. Next, Mycosphaerella musicola produces acai within locules. Number 4, the teleomorphic stage of Cercospora is Mycosphaerella. Fifth, fungi belonging to order Sphaeropsitales produce conidia in Pycnidium. Parasexuality was first discovered by Pontecarvo. Actually, it is Pontecarvo and Roper, and the pathogen is Aspergillus nidulans. Okay. Question number 7. The total mass of nucleoprotein of different virus particles vary from 4.6 to 73 million Dalton. Question number 8. An example of virus containing dsDNA, that is double stranded DNA. It is seen in case of Columovirus. In case of Gemini virus, what is the genetic material? That is single stranded DNA. For Tobra virus, that is single stranded RNA. For Potivirus, we all know it is very common, single stranded RNA. So we have to know the genetic material for most of the viruses which are important. Okay. Question number 9. The protein subunit of TMV, that is tobacco mosaic virus, consists of 158 amino acids. Question 10. Multiplication of virus occurs in epidermal cells. Next, in the peptidoglycan of the bacterial cell wall, the two sugar molecules are connected by glycosidic bond. Question number 12. Porins are present in bacterial cell wall component. In which layer? LPS layer, that is lipopolysaccharide layer. Actually, porins are present in the outer layer of most of the gram-negative bacterial cell wall. Okay. Dolichopore septum is found in case of Basidiomycetes. Next, a computer software system called Field Runner is used to sampling the plants for disease. Okay. Isomerase enzyme patterns in fungal cell is used for differentiating strains, that is biotypes. Question 16. Remote sensing for detecting and controlling disease severity is used in the following altitudes. Actually, detecting is possible in most of the altitudes, but it is most effective in lower altitudes, so the answer will be 3. Next, the computerized disease assessment training program is, the answer is DISTRAIN, but there are 2 more computerized disease assessment training program. One is Disease Pro, the next is Severity Pro. Okay, keep that in mind. Next, measuring the size of minute objects, that is spores, in a microscope is known as micrometry. The measurement of minute spores is called micrometry. It is done with the help of a micrometer. Okay. Question number 19. Nutritionally, fungi may be best characterized as. Fungi is normally what? They are heterotrophs. But which type of heterotrophs? They are absorptive heterotrophs. Okay. Next, viruses enter the plant cells through the process of what? Pinocytosis. Question 21. Sugarcane ratoon stunting is caused by Clavibacter xylem subspecies xylem. Next, blotter test is used in, we normally get confused because blotter test is normally used in seed pathology, right? But it is used in case of seed health testing, not for seed viability, not for seed purity test, not for seed trait. What is seed health testing? Next, hyperplasia refers to increased cell division. There are two terms that we should be familiar with. One is hyperplasia, the other is hypertrophy. So if hyperplasia is increased cell division, so hypertrophy is the increase in size of the cells. Okay, question number 24. An internally seed-borne fungal disease, that is loose smut of wheat, okay, which can be treated with hot water treatment. Next, an example of a soil fumigant. The answer will be methyl bromide. Question 26. Significant contribution on the epidemiology of disease cycle of stem rust of wheat was made by K.C. Mehta. This is the surname and this is the name. So normally we call it K.C. Mehta. Question 27. Moko disease of banana is caused by Ralstonia solanacearum. Next, blast of rice is caused by Magnaporthy gracie. Okay, this is the sexual stage. There is one asexual stage. The genus name is Pyricularia oryzae. Okay. Question 29. The number of races of Phytophthora infestans prevalent in India is, the total number of races of Phytophthora is how much? How many? It will be 82. Coming to question number 30. Effective fungicide for the control of blast disease of rice. It is no doubt tricyclazole. Fungus with dichotomously branched sporangiophores at acute angle with curved pointed tips on which conidia are borne belong to Perennospora. Now, remember there are so many genus of downy mildew. Perennospora is a genus of downy mildew, right? So there are so many genera of downy mildew, even Pseudoperennospora, Bremia, or Sclerospora. All these are the genera of downy mildew. But when and only we will see dichotomously branched, we have to know the answer is Perennospora. Okay. Next, Cleistothecium containing several asci bearing definite rigid appendages with coiled tips is characteristics of genus Uncinula. Again, Cleistothecium is the fruiting body of what? Powdery mildew. Now again, similar to downy mildew, powdery mildew also have so many genera. Here all the options that we can see are the genera of powdery mildew. But when we can see these coiled tips, then we have to know the answer will be Uncinula. Similarly, check the characteristic features of Ericephis, Spherotheca and Phyllectenia. Okay. Question number 33. Diseases which interferes with the conduction of water in plants. If there will be interference in the conduction of water, obviously it will be because of wilting. Okay. Question number 34. Tumors or galls induced by Agrobacterium tumefaciens occur due to hormonal imbalance. Next, question number 35. Gemini viruses contain Gemini viruses. Before some time we have there was a question where we have discussed about genetic material, right? Gemini viruses has genetic material single stranded DNA. Okay. Next, phytoplasma contain. Now, what is the genetic material we can see in case of phytoplasma? It will be RNA and DNA. Okay. Next, bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Question 38. The genetic material in a bacterial cell is a nucleoid region. Why nucleoid, not nucleus? There is also a term called nucleus, and here it is nucleoid. Why? Because bacteria are normally prokaryotic in nature and they do not have a well functioning nucleus. Nucleoid is a primitive structure. Okay. Okay, next, 39. Gamma is found in the members of saprolegnials. Question number 40. Agrocin 84 is a bacteriocin. 41. International Mycological Institute is located at England. 42. Oh, the previous was 41. Next, now 42. The most significant reason why fungi are not in the kingdom Plantae is that fungi is what? They are chemo-organotrophic heterotrophs. Now Plantae means plants. They are normally what? They are autotrophs, right? They can prepare their own food, but fungi, they cannot. In Plantae, they have a thing, a pigment called chlorophyll, because of which they can do photosynthesis and they can prepare their own food. But in case of fungi, we cannot see that. So there are many more reasons, one of which is they are heterotrophs. That's why this is the reason fungi are not in the kingdom of Plantae. Next, question 43. Brine flotation. Okay. Brine flotation method is followed to control which disease? That is Tundu disease of wheat. Tundu disease, we know, is not caused by a single pathogen. It is a mixture of, means combination of two pathogen. One is a bacteria, another is nematode. Okay. Go and check the names of the bacteria and nematode. And when the same disease is caused by only bacteria, that will be called yellow ear rot disease of wheat. And if only nematode is responsible, then the same disease will be called as ear-cockle disease. Okay. But when there will be a combination of bacteria plus nematode, the disease will be called as Tundu disease. Okay. Next, MLO and Spiroplasma are mostly phloem inhibiting. Coming to question number 45. Panama disease of banana is caused by Fusarium oxysporum, forma specialis cubans. Next, flagellation in Pseudomonas. Okay. On the basis of the presence of flagellal arrangement, different bacterial groups are classified as Lophotrichus. These are all the examples of the group: Lophotrichus, Monotrichus, Peritrichus, Amphitrichus. But in case of Pseudomonas, what will be the flagellar arrangement? It will be Lophotrichus. Okay. Hemilia vesterix causes coffee leaf rust. This is very important disease. This is a historical disease. you should study about it. Okay. Next, the number of races of Hemilia vasterix recorded in the world. What it will be? 32. Question number 49. Non-motile spores are characteristics of zygomycetes. Now see, in case of chytridiomycetes, myxomycetes and oomycetes, they all have flagella. Okay. So if we have flagella, so the spores will be motile. The question is asked non-motile. So the answer is zygomycetes. Next, internally seed-borne bacterial disease. We normally study fungal disease, which is loose smut of wheat. But what will be the internally seed-borne bacterial disease? The answer is black rot of cabbage. Next, Nepoviruses are transmitted by. Okay. Now, Nepoviruses, why this name is called Nepo? So, there are two type of viruses. One is Nepoviruses and second is native viruses. Both are classified on the basis of nematode transmission. The viruses which are transmitted by a particular type of nematode, in case of Nepo, it will be Xiphinema index. This is one of the example, like Trichodorus. This is the example of a nematode which transmit native viruses, NETU. Okay. Next, question number 52. Potato spindle tuber disease is caused by. This is a viroid disease. Potato spindle tuber disease, it is the first viroid disease discovered. Okay. Next, most widely used fungicide for rust fungi. For rust fungi, it is Plantvax. For smut fungi, it would have been Vitavax. Okay, don't confuse. We normally get confused between Vitavax and Plantvax. So, if you get confused, try to remember one, either rust or this smut one. Okay, if you remember rust is Plantavax, obviously the rest, that is smut, will be Vitavax, or else you can remember the smut is Vitavax. Accordingly, you will also understand the rest. Okay, then the rust will be Plantavax. Okay. Question number 54. Which spore is on a club and result from the fusion of two nuclei from different strains of the same fungi? When there is club-shaped spores, that means it will be Basidiospore. Next, streptomycin antibiotic affect protein synthesis. So these are the mode of actions of different antibiotics that we need to learn. For streptomycin, it is protein synthesis. For other antibiotics, it will be different. So go and check it. You will get it in Kalyan Mandal bacteriology book. Okay, refer to that. Next, hypersensitive reaction occurs due to accumulation of phytoalexins. 57. Parasexuality occurs within heterokaryotic hyphae. Parasexuality, once we have seen the question in which it was discovered by Pronticarvo and Roper for the pathogen Aspergillus nidulans. Now it occurs where? Within heterokaryotic hyphae. Don't confuse this within and between. Both are heterokaryotic hyphae, but it occurs within heterokaryotic hyphae, not in between heterokaryotic hyphae. Okay. Question number 58. The Indian Phytopathological Society was started by B.B. Mundakar. In where? In the year 1948, New Delhi. And one more information, the first president of Indian Phytopathological Society, that is IPS, was Dastur. Okay, the scientist Dastur. Next, purification of TMV in crystalline form by Stanley. Next, Monograph of the genus Fusarium is authored by C. Booth. Coming to question 61, basidiospores are born on the ends of basidiospores. So, the general answer, it will be basidiocarp. Next, host plant on which wheat rust fungus produces telial stage is known as. Okay, telial stage means we know for wheat rust fungus there are 5 different type of spores. PAUTB, that is pycniospore, aciospore, uridiospore, telial spore, and basidiospore. So the question asked is, in wheat rust fungus, this telial stage is found where? In the primary host or the alternate host? The answer first I will tell, it is found in case of primary host. Now what is the primary host for wheat rust? It is obviously wheat, but what is the alternate host? Alternate host is barberry. So we have to remember which spores are produced in the primary host, that is wheat, and which are the spores that are produced in barberry, that is the alternate host. Okay. The next, native viruses are transmitted by. All right. Again, before some time we have seen nepoviruses and native viruses. So for NEPO, nepoviruses were transmitted by Xiphonema. So native viruses are transmitted by Trichodorus. Okay. Now stylid-borne viruses are non-persistent. We should know more about the transmission of viruses. There are stylid-borne virus, Fogart-borne virus, circulative persistence. So on the basis of different position or the acquisition, holding capacity of the insects, viruses are classified. So the stylid-borne viruses will be non-persistent in nature. Next, question 65. Who advanced the gene for gene concept of disease and resistance and susceptibility? Okay, gene for gene concept was given by H.S. Flor. On what? On linseed and flask caused by Melamspora lini. Okay. Question number 66. Fungi causing downy mildew disease are differentiated on the basis of. Now, I told you there are so many genera of downy mildew. So that genera of downy mildew are differentiated on the basis of what? That will be sporangiophore characters and germination of sporangia. Next, most of the plant viruses contain RNA, genetic material. The majority of the plant viruses contain genetic material, that is RNA. Next, the famous Irish famine of 1843 was caused due to the outbreak of late blight of potato caused by Phytophthora infestans. Okay. Sulfur fungicides are very effective in the control of powdery mildews. Question 70. Concentration of sodium chloride used for sterilization. How much percent? That is 1%. Okay. Next, ragi variety resistant to neck blast is GPU 28. Question 72. Oomycetes are distinguished from fungi by all the characteristics below except source of nutrition. Now, this oomycetes and fungi, these two are differentiated in case of spore mobility, because oomycetes are normally motile. They have flagella, they motile. Cellulose wall, yes, oomycetes, they have cellulitic wall, but this fungi, they have glucan and chitin. The pattern of mitosis is also different in case of oomycetes and fungi, but the source of nutrition are same for oomycetes and fungi, that is absorptive in nature. Okay. Next, fungal hyphae with two genetically distinct nuclei. Distinct nuclei, that means heterokaryotic. Distinct means two different nucleus. So different means hetero, karyotic means nucleus. Okay. Bunchy top of banana is transmitted by bunchy top of banana. The answer is Pentalonia nigronervosa. That is black aphid of banana. Next question. A typical long cycled rust fungus produces during its life cycle. How many spores are formed in typical rust fungus, that is wheat rust, black rust of wheat? So total number of 5 spores are formed. Now, Puccinia graminis tritici produces the following spore from on Berberi vulgaris. I told you few spores are produced in the primary host, that is wheat, and few of these spores that are produced in alternate host, that is Berberi. So what are the spores that are produced in Berberi? It will be Pycnia and Asia. Okay. Question 77. The main source of inoculum for Xanthomonas tritici, Pathova tritici causing citrus canker. Okay. It will be infected twigs and old lesions on the standing tree. Question 78. Ervina carotivora, subspecies carotivora, causing soft rot of vegetable, produces pectolytic enzymes. Next, the total number of races of Ralstonia solanacearum recorded in the world, it is 5. This is very important actually, the 5 races of Ralstonia solanacearum. So many questions come from this, please check it through. Question 80. Agrobacterium tumefaciens enters the plants through wounds. 81. Systemic fungicide used for the control of powdery mildew disease. Now normally for controlling powdery mildew we use sulfur fungicide, but sulfur fungicides are contact fungicides, right? The question here asked is systemic fungicide. So in this case the answer will be calyxin. Okay. Don't go with sulfur dust because sulfur is contact. The question is asked here systemic fungicide. In that case answer will be again calyxin. Question 82. Late blight of potato can be controlled by spraying Ridomil. Late blight of potato caused by Phytophthora, which is oomycetes, and oomycetes are normally controlled by metalaxyl, and this is the advanced version of metalaxyl, that is Ridomil. Okay, recently we use Ridomil because Ridomil is the combination of metalaxyl plus mancozeb, and there are so many oomycetes they are resistant to metalaxyl nowadays, so it's better to use Ridomil instead of only metalaxyl. Okay, the next question 83. Seed treatment fungicide for the control of downy mildew disease of sunflower. For seed treatment we normally use Apron. Okay. 84. Tomato leaf curl can be controlled by spraying. Leaf curl disease, it is a viral disease, and viral diseases normally we don't have a normal chemical to control viral disease, so basically we use insecticides, and here mancozeb, Ridomil, tricyclazole all are fungicides. Only one is remaining, that is triazophos, which is an insecticide. Next, blast of paddy is caused by Pyricularia oryzae. 86. Biocontrol agent used for the control of collar rot of plants caused by Rhizoctonia solani. Don't go with the pathogen name or something. If you can see this is a fungal disease and they are asking biocontrol agent, the first thing that should come in your mind is Trichoderma viride. Question number 87. The term virus was coined by Beijering. This question came in this year, SRF 2025. So yes, try to remember even the basic questions like this. Next, bacteriophage is a virus infecting bacteria. They normally target gram-negative bacteria because gram-negative bacteria mostly are plant pathogenic. Next, a virus particle is composed of virus particle. They only have nucleic acid, that is genetic material RNA DNA, and covered by a protein coat, that comes to nucleic acid and protein. Next, bacteriophages are used for forecasting the incidence of BLB, that is bacterial blight of paddy. Question 91. Phytoplasma are transmitted in nature through insect vectors. What? That is leafhoppers. Next, the fruiting body of a mushroom is called basidiocarps. 93. Solar heat treatment of seeds is recommended for the control of loose smut of wheat. 94. The fungus responsible for ergotism belongs to which of the following fungal divisions? It is Ascomycota. Now, ergotism is caused by which fungus? Claviceps purpurea, which belongs to Ascomycota. Okay. 95. Water moles belong to which division? Water mole belongs to Oomycota. 96. Late blight of potato is caused by, we have discussed this twice now. This is Phytophthora infestans. Question 97. Ralstonia solanacearum causes wilting of tomato. 98. Burberry vulgaris is the alternative host of, again we have discussed this twice in this session itself. It is Puccinia graminis triticii, which causes what? Stem rust of wheat. Question 99. Which of the following is not a kingdom in the 5-kingdom system? That is algae. 5-kingdom classification was given by whom? Try to remember, that is Whitaker, because this type of question also comes. So what is the 5-kingdom classification? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So which is not there? Algae. Alright. The last question, a simple spherical shape describes a bacterial cell known as coccus. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. We will be back soon with a new model paper. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. See ya.